I had always had an interest in martial arts. As a young child, I think Bruce Lee was my first influence, like a lot of kids my age at that time growing up. And then in 1993, I had an opportunity to see the first UFC featuring Royce Gracie, who beat everyone. His martial art was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which I had heard nothing of at the time. And I watched him for the first 3 or 4 UFCs beat multiple opponents of different sizes from different martial arts disciplines. So, you know, at that time, I knew it was Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that I wanted to search out, but unfortunately at that time there was nothing available. So it wasn't until about the year 2000, I had a friend, Bart Curtis, that was teaching Muay Thai. So I gave that a try, and then a high school friend of mine, Dr. Alan Jones, he had had a little bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu experience, and he was back in Brandon. So I started learning both Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from 2 friends at about the same time in early 2000, and this is where we are today. I could certainly argue that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not as flashy as some of the other striking martial arts, but I've tried a lot of the different martial arts and a lot of the flashy ones. And if you're interested in a real effective martial art that you could easily apply to a self-defense application, I would recommend Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's certainly not as flashy, but I would say it's probably the most effective. It's very technique-based, and the mat time in directly correlates to how good you become. But we really do have to warn people, because you spend quite a bit of time initially, no matter how big and strong you are. If you don't have a wrestling or a submission wrestling background, the majority of your time initially is just surviving. Then you learn how to escape. Eventually you'll learn how to control your opponents, and then you'll start successfully submitting your opponents as well. But it's just, you just have to be patient, is what I try and warn everyone. It's tough for me to pinpoint the most important thing, that, you know, the health benefits, the camaraderie, and how close you become to all your teammates. But probably if I really had to pinpoint it, probably my, just an overall feeling of comfort or well-being when I get into sticky situations, or if I'm in a situation where I might not feel comfortable. Where in the past, if I'd gotten into those same situations, you know, I would have been a little more on guard or not knowing what to do in those situations. So probably just an overwhelming feeling of comfort. Well, I want to encourage everyone that has any interest whatsoever in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to come on down and give it a try. We've got a very great atmosphere down here. All of our students are encouraging and trying to help everyone get better, because they all want more grappling partners. So we encourage, you know, everyone come on down, try it out. We think you'll like it.
Awesome.